This morning, a fire close to an eastern Kentucky school temporarily caused students to evacuate a building. And one organization is working towards bringing broadband internet to the back roads of Appalachia.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. We are coming up on 5 a.m. on February 23rd, 2024. Let's check in with meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Hey, good morning, Madison, and good morning, everyone. As anticipated, the showers lingering into our Friday morning. The live view outside our studios. Love the new camera. The night vision, too. And temperature-wise, we're in the mid-40s outside our studios here in the heart of Perry County. So we got a shower threat early this morning. Then we'll get into the sunshine and a renewed shower threat late this afternoon into this evening. Cold and brisk tomorrow, the shock to the system. But don't worry, a nice rebound on Sunday and 60s most of next week. Temperature-wise, mid and upper 40s and lower 50s across eastern and southern Kentucky, and on the pinpoint Doppler radar from hazard points east and to the south. We have the shower threat continuing, but it's in the process of now slowly diminishing. And we look back to the west, you can see this right back through here. Southern Illinois back into Mizzou. Guess what? Little ripple rotating through the flow is the reason why we have that renewed shower threat later this afternoon. Up to 57 for a high today in Hazard. More about the weekend forecasts in a few moments. Madison?
All right, Tim, thank you. An American spacecraft has landed on the moon for the first time in more than half a century. Transmissions from the moon lander Odysseus indicate it touched down on the lunar surface at 6:23 Eastern Time Thursday evening. It marks the first time a U.S. spacecraft has landed on the moon since Apollo 17 52 years ago. And it's the first time ever that a lander built by a private company has successfully made the trip. The six-legged, 14-foot-tall lander was built by Texas-based Intuitive Machines.
What a triumph! Odysseus has taken the moon. This feat is a giant leap forward for all of humanity. Stay tuned.
Odysseus blasted off from Florida last Thursday. It will remain on the moon conducting experiments for a week. Odysseus's journey and subsequent ones like it serve as precursors for NASA's Artemis mission to put humans on the moon by 2026 or 2027. Two former Pikeville medical professionals are sentenced in federal court on drug charges. Crystal Compton and Kayla Lambert were convicted in September. Compton practiced in several clinics where Lambert was a nurse, and the duo conspired to distribute controlled substances using prescriptions that were not written for a legitimate medical purpose. Compton was sentenced to more than 8 years in prison. Lambert will spend 5 years behind bars. Crews responded to an apartment fire in Hazard near Roy G. Eversole Elementary School yesterday afternoon. The fire was contained and no injuries were reported. Hazard Fire Chief Robert Keith said 4 people lived in the building. He said the bottom floor was destroyed. School officials evacuated students to the gymnasium as a precaution. Officials say students were dismissed from school on time. Yesterday, a multi-state cell phone outage impacted many here in eastern Kentucky. Without service, contacting first responders in an emergency can be difficult. But London Laurel County 911 Center Director Larry Walls says there are other ways people can contact them.
The biggest thing that people could do if they find that they don't have any service on their phone is try to find a landline telephone. If they're traveling on the highway, they could try to pull over. Find a restaurant, a gas station, somebody who has a working landline.
Walls says being with others when you lose service can also be important in case of an emergency situation. Shaping Our Appalachian Region is hoping to bring broadband to the back roads. SOAR just received a USDA grant to promote the growth of high-speed internet in some parts of Pike County's more rural pockets. The more than $370,000 will be used to partner with existing companies and county programs to help find their ground and allow them room to apply for more funding to build the infrastructure.
And it's not easy. So we want to make it as easy as possible for the people that are already here, that have already built to these homes, that have already made business cases in places that there's been very difficult to make a business case.
SOAR officials say broadband is an integral piece of their blueprint for Appalachia, and it starts with projects like these. Now, SOAR was not the only organization to receive funding from the USDA. The Powell County Fiscal Court was awarded more than $300,000 to buy fire trucks. In Knox County, the city of Barberville is receiving $36,000, which will go toward maintaining roadways and facilities with a new street department vehicle. Union College is receiving nearly $800,000 for distance learning and telemedicine purposes. The city of Manchester is getting a grant worth nearly $22,000, which will go toward 2 mowers. And Jackson Energy Cooperative was awarded a loan worth more than $42 million to connect more than 3,000 consumers and also build and improve 195 miles of lines. We have much more about this on our website at WYMT.com. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Still to come, Red Cross blood drives are underway aimed at busting the myth around blood donation and the Black community.
Weather-wise this morning, dealing with some showers across the region. Do we trend back to the sunshine and warmer temperatures? Kind of, sorta, and I'll explain. First Alert 7-day forecast coming up after the break.